What's up, you guys? It's Rob here. Today we're going to be talking about Tesla. We'll be covering it on a daily, weekly, and monthly time frame. This is one of the stocks that makes up a larger portion of my portfolio, and I think a lot of people are personally very bullish on. Tesla did recently just get assigned a nice price target of $1,000 for this year, and the whole Tesla lately just really hasn't been able to find its footing because of the market correction. We also have to remember that Tesla is a high beta stock. So when the market has a certain movement, Tesla's movement is really amplified by that. But before we dive into the technical analysis of today and what to expect for tomorrow and moving forward, if you can, do me a favor, drop a like on the video, and then make sure that like button turns blue, and then make sure that subscribe button down there is also gray, and that bell has the nice notification rings around it. If that subscribe button is red, make sure that you click it for me. I'm a small YouTuber. I'm on my way to 1,000 subscribers, and hopefully can continue doing this because I love the stocks and I love doing these videos and talking about the technical analysis of this for you guys, and you guys seem to like it too. Drop a comment in the section down below if there's a certain ticker symbol that you want me to go over. Feel free. I can do some DD on it and give you my perspective on it so you can compare it against your DD. But let's go ahead and hop on over here into Webull. And speaking about Webull, did you know that you can get 2 free stocks with Webull when you sign up and your account's approved, and then the other when you deposit $100 on the platform? And those 2 stocks can be valued anywhere between $10 and $1,600, and it's perfectly free. So at least get $10 out of the deal and get yourself a free lunch. That's the way I would look at it. But sales pitch over. But diving into the technicals of this. So really, Tesla has been very uncomfortable in the territory. Like ever since this market correction has really started, Tesla has just been really uncomfortable and hasn't been able to find its footing exactly. It was trying to trade for the longest time between this channel here, between really 675 and like 706, but we've broken through it several times now. So, and really today, like Tesla was all over the place. Like we sold all the way down here in the morning to 671, and then we had our high of 689. Now for Tesla, this really isn't a huge swing because it's really only a 2% day for Tesla, but for most stocks, it feels like a very large swing kind of thing. But the huge thing that I saw was when we really got down towards 671 and we started getting towards that 660 area, which is another technical support for the stock, we kind of almost just wanted to say like, no, like let's not go back there. We visited the 591s earlier and all that kind of stuff. Like we don't want to head back down that road. We have positive news that was recently released. Like we should be moving in an upwards direction, and I honestly think that's what Tesla's going to do, especially as soon as they start producing the new Model S's and X's and get them out. Like, my Lord, it's going to be only good things for Tesla. And then with Biden's infrastructure plan, with all these EV incentives possibly being baked in as tax incentives, it's only going to help out Tesla. So I'm very bullish on Tesla this year, and I think $1,000 by the end of the year is very maintainable. And especially as we get more news moving forward about this infrastructure bill, and then as soon as the Model S and Model X start hitting the production line and getting built and the new versions get into people's hands, I think the only direction that we're going to be going is up. I can't see a reason why we would be going down. But I mean, Elon could tweet about anything and the stock could go down for some reason, unless if it's about Dogecoin, and then just Dogecoin goes through the roof. But anyways, diving back here into the technical analysis. So the great part was, as soon as we got above 681, we did retest it and we did bounce off of it for a while, and then we broke back through it. But when we broke back through it, we didn't have another harsh movement all the way down here to 675. We found our footing and we broke back above it, and then we almost tested it again here like a couple minutes later, and we broke through it later in the day. But when we were breaking through this, we were making higher lows, which is a good sign, because this is essentially, now it's turning into technical bear flag, but we are moving in an upwards trend. And that's what I'm looking for Tesla, is because it seems like for a while we were in a downward bull flag and we broke above it and we broke our trend and we said, all right, our trend's broken. Let's start moving to the upside kind of thing and forming this bear flag. And that's really what I'm looking for, is the greater market correction being over and Tesla getting back on its feet, getting production going, hopefully getting enough chips so it's not really impacted by this chip shortage, because Elon thus far hasn't said that they've been impacted by it, but I'm sure as soon as they start producing these Model S's and X's and the 3 and the Y, they're going to possibly run into a chip shortage. And that's the only thing that I could see as a negative for Tesla recently. But the huge thing that I want to take a look at here is during the after hours, the fact that we are extremely oversold here. But really, when we were moving throughout the whole entire day, we tested oversold and overbought, but we really weren't terribly overextended in either one of these territories. We tried to do our best to respect the RSI the whole entire day, which is a good thing to do. And it definitely helped with the MACD down here, just kind of keeping it a little bit calmer. Now, if we bump out here to the 5-day and take a look at it, you can see where Tesla got its delivery news and gapped up. And essentially, ever since that gap up, we were in a downwards trend. But today we really were trying to make that trend reversal and just say, no, enough is enough. Like, let's stop and let's get going back in the direction and get our footing back going. Because really the stock market yesterday, I felt like kind of pulled an Uno reverse on us, or kind of just said, we thought everything was going to be green now and the market correction's over. Now it's not. And today it felt a little bit more like normal, but it still doesn't feel normal. The market still feels very tentative to me. And personally, that's what I'm looking at. Like, the market as a whole right now is still very finicky. Like, a lot of people still worried about bond yields and inflation and all that kind of stuff. But I think as more CPI data comes out, it's going to make things easier. So looking at the sorry for the tangent rant, but looking at the 5-minute here, the huge thing that I'm seeing is this upwards movement that we had was very quick for the stock. And we did touch oversold once, but really for the rest of the day here on the RSI, we were steady and we had a good time sitting here in the RSI. We didn't get periods of consolidation, but I'm not really expecting periods of consolidation because Tesla is a kind of a swinging stock. It's like a pendulum where it swings from one end to the other. It doesn't spend much movement in like a certain direction. It just swings back and forth. So if we do get consolidation, we got to take it for granted and appreciate it while we can, because most of the times we're going up and then we're going down and then we're going up and then we're going down kind of thing. Like, Tesla more than often not has like a 2% day, and then we'll have like a -5% day, and then we'll have like a 20% day kind of thing. Like, we rip very quickly. So let's hop out here to the 1 month, 1 hour. Now this channel that I was talking about becomes more prominent. We did have our low of 591 here a couple of days ago, but really ever since April started, and April is known as a bullish month in the market, ever since April, we've really been moving upwards, and we've been trying to reverse this trend. Now, the huge thing that I'm going to be looking for is, are we going to be breaking down and retesting 675 tomorrow, or are we going to be retesting 684 or any of these supports? Because if we retest these supports and we do break down through 675, the next thing after 675 that I can really see is us retesting 660, which would mean we would given up all of the run up from the positive news of the deliveries, which really isn't a good sign for the stock. So I'm really looking for us to rip to the upside tomorrow. I mean, we are sitting here at 58 on the RSI. The MACD does say we are in bullish territory because the MACD is above the signal, crossing over the equilibrium and continuing in an upwards direction for tomorrow. So if we bump out here to the 3-month, you can really see where the market correction started all the way back here in February, and we just have been in this downward trend the whole entire time. Now we want, let's go ahead and draw out our trend lines here. So if we take, yeah, about here, downwards, got to get through at least 3 points, because on our trend lines, we got to touch 3 points at least. So if we make our trend lines here, no, that's a bad trend line. Let's start it back here. So we look at our trend lines here. We have been breaking, that's about close enough-ish. No. Right there. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm overextending this. Good Lord Almighty, what am I doing here? All right. So we do have our trend lines here, and we had this essentially bear flag. We broke to the upside, and now we're kind of making another trend down here of making this very downwards. But now if we take a look at the past couple of days, we're starting to make this bear flag here. And we have to keep in mind with the bear flags are upwards momentum. So the huge thing is I'm going to take the bottom here, and then I'm going to go upwards with it. I'm looking for us to maintain this trend line right here to the downside, because this is our lowest point here of 591. And here is our touch point right here for today. So tomorrow I'm looking for us to maintain some semblance of this trend line. It's not the best trend line, but I'm looking forward to us maintaining it, because if we don't maintain it, then I'm going to be looking for a downwards movement. And it seems like when we break these trend lines, we have that downwards movement, and it tends to come with a $25, $30 motion. So I highly doubt that we're going to be looking at 590. I hope we don't see 650. We do have the VWAP, not the VWAP, the 120 moving average here at 659. So we are trading above that, but we are trading below the 30-day. So we got to keep that in mind. So, but that's all I got for you guys today. You can do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell. And then if you want to join Webull down below, I have my referral link. You do get 2 free stocks valued anywhere between $10 and $1,600. And you get those 2 free stocks, one when your account's approved, and then the other one when you deposit $100 on the platform. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.